She was 10 feet from the ground when the creak and rattle of another window pane opening made her freeze. Carefully, she looked down. The drunk climbed out of the window, looking remarkably nimble for a man who had been drinking heavily since well before the evening bell. He dropped the 5 feet from the window's sill to the ground, landing in the alleyway below without a trace of a stumble. He walked away in a drunken zigzag pattern, but having witnessed his graceful exit from the window, Clare saw the zigzag as just that, a pattern. His bothering to keep up the pretense, and the slow, careless manner in which he did it, told her another thing about him that didn't add up. Her supposedly broken enough to steal from nobility drunk could afford a curfew exemption. The decision to follow him was not a decision at all. Curiosity called her, and no threat of guardsmen or city curfews could keep her from knowing what secrets this man hid. Secrets were decent enough currency, and had too often been the only currency Clare could put her fingers on. Not that they had helped much, in the end. She waited until the drunk rounded the corner of the next building, then quickly finished her descent. She hit the ground and ran quietly for the alley corner, confident the man would not be too far ahead given his dedication to his feigned drunkenness. It only took 2 blocks for Clare to grow irritated at the slow pace, and she wondered that he kept to the act despite the fact she had not seen a single soul about to witness it. Clare herself had none of the innate patience of the predator stalking her prey, but managed, as she managed most things in life, by sheer stubbornness. The lack of guards on their path made her suspect he knew their night patrols, because they traveled at least a mile into Lowtown before the man rambled into an inn. She counted the time in her head she estimated it would take him to reach a room, then circled the building, waiting for a mage light to flicker on in one of the windows. When it did, she was surprised to find the light on the second floor, having thought such a man would take a room on the first for ease of entry and escape. But perhaps he preferred the greater privacy afforded by the higher level. Determined not to let a matter of height waste her evening's work, Clare looked for a way up the smooth walls and found it almost immediately, for a drain pipe was secured next to his window ledge. She wondered at its ready availability. If he'd chosen his room because the pipe could provide a quick escape, should he need one, or if he'd simply been careless. Or perhaps he hadn't considered it too much of a risk, since it took a certain amount of practice and determination to shimmy up a drain pipe, and a fair bit more of both to do the task quietly. In short, it was a skill few sane people bothered to cultivate. Clare Brighton knew all too well that she was not particularly sane. She shimmied up the drain pipe and out onto the window's ledge, peering through a gap in the window's curtains just in time to see the drunk, looking very much sober and collected, remove a slim silver tube, the item stolen from the Duke's nephew, from his pocket and unroll a small slip of paper from inside. She could just make out red ink on the page.